Pillsbury, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this block that was created for Crazy Quilt Quarterly Magazine's calendar. You can find that on magcloud.com or look for Pam Kellogg and she'll tell you a little bit more about her great magazine and the calendar that she wanted. So she asked me to do the January block. By the way, this block is 8.5 by 11 to give you an idea of size. First thing I did was found a beautiful antique print. It's a postcard of a fairy cutting away the old year and bringing in the new year. I printed that out on computer fabric. You can feed that right through your printer and sewed that onto the block. Then I trimmed it with this beautiful Mokuba lace that I got down in Florilegium in Missouri, added Swarovski pearls to the center of the lace just for a little added embellishment. Up here I've put a steampunk element with a gear and then a wooden clock face. Remember, all of this is sewn on, nothing is glued. Here's some antique tatting that I hand dyed. Up here we have Starburst because I wanted this to look like midnight in a celebration. In the center is a candy bead, and surrounding that are paisley duos. Here's a brass star, a silk ribbon rose that I embroidered, a little bit of herringbone that meanders down the block. The butterfly was made with dagger beads, kite beads, and a rosemonte for the head. Now we have some more Starburst and I Am Blessed charm. For these Starburst, I used a bead cap with a pearl in the center, etched Swarovski crystals around the edge, and then these are drop duo beads. And then I've added sequins, which I've sewn on with a little bead in the center. And now we have some fireworks of chain stitch going around in spirals. This is a brass charm that I filled with watch components. And then we have a brass fairy, and I painted her wings with nail polish to give that glittery bit. Here's a shisha mirror. Shisha mirrors were added to Indian embroidery, so if an evil spirit came up to you, they would see the reflection in the mirror and be frightened away, and you would be safe. So I attached it using a Cretan stitch and then added some bullion knots just for a little bit of interest. These are vintage Swarovski components. Here I've embroidered 2019 in satin stitch, and then if you look really closely, I've outlined it with a metallic thread called bijou, which means jewel, and it does look like little jewels once it's been stitched. The vine is hand stitched with silk pearl. Then I added silk ribbon leaves, and you can see that the little tiny flowers are decorated lazy daisy with a pearl in the center. Here's some more brass charms, little tiny butterflies, and the bees are embroidered with floss, metallic thread, and then more floss for the flight path. I'm just going to put my thumb in the photo so you get an idea of just how tiny everything is. This seam is a blanket stitch with cogs up top, and then I did a Cretan chevron combination, added beads and crystals. The vine here is made with triple feather stitch and a variegated pearl cotton. I stitched silk ribbon Fargo roses, some bugle beads, and then these are paisley duos, and they go right or left. You can see that there's different ways which they go, and they're, if you can see the contour, they're actually raised up. They're a beautiful bead. And then the champagne flute is cup chain filled with Swarovski crystals, some vintage Swarovski elements with extra pearls added in the center. And I hope that your 2019 is a blessed one.